If you thought Hollywood had a busy year in 2021, you would be correct. But you should still hear about the dizzying number of exciting new 2022 movies coming to theaters, streaming, or even both options. Welcome to Access Multimedia Top Picks. For this week, we are counting down the top 10 movies coming soon in 2022. So let's take a look. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Indiana Jones 5. Our high expectations for the currently entitled 5th Indiana Jones film, like those for Avatar 2, are not without reservations. After all, Steven Spielberg isn't directing, Harrison Ford is getting on in years, and the most recent film was Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. However, even Spielberg would probably admit that he has reached his peak with this series. Director James Mangold can certainly give it a much-needed jolt. Ford has given it excellent performances as his two other most iconic characters, Han Solo and Rick Deckard, in recent years. Number 9. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. While Chadwick Boseman appeared in 4 MCU films in total, he unfortunately only got to take center stage once before his untimely death in 2020. As a result, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever will be distinct from the previous MCU sequels. The title of the film can be interpreted in several ways. It reflects the enduring influence that Boseman and T'Challa have had on cinema and culture. The title also refers to Wakanda's unbreakable spirit, even in its darkest hours. Whatever the future holds, Wakanda will always be a source of inspiration with characters who will continue to bring us together. Number 8. Mission Impossible 7. When the first Mission Impossible film was released in theaters in 1996, we had no idea Paramount would still be making sequels over 2 decades later. At the very least, you'd think that the franchise would have been rebooted with a new star in the lead. The Mission Impossible franchise, like Tom Cruise, isn't showing any signs of wear with each subsequent entry. The stunts have become more ambitious, the performances have developed more layers, and the direction has become more atmospheric. Even tropes we've seen a million times before, such as the obligatory mask reveal, continue to surprise us. After several delays, we are excited to see the 7th installment that will keep us guessing. Number 7. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2. With The Flash and Doctor Strange, 2022 could be remembered as the year of the multiverse on a big-budget cinematic scale. This trend arguably began Into the Spider-Verse. The film defied all expectations, winning an Oscar and competing with Spider-Man 2 as the best Spider-Man film ever made. It also demonstrated that a superhero can handle multiple villains without feeling bloated. Number 6. The Flash. We'd like to see a documentary about the Flash's behind-the-scenes history because there have been so many delays and so many creative talents. Of course, we'd be content with finally seeing the film based on what we've learned thus far. The Flash is set to shake up not only the DCEU, but the entire multiverse. Number 5. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. According to Benedict Cumberbatch, the next Doctor Strange film will be even more ambitious. Cumberbatch may be a little biased, but the Multiverse of Madness has the potential to take us to places beyond our wildest dreams. The sequel to Doctor Strange could go in any number of directions. Scarlet Witch will reportedly play an important role, and Tom Hiddleston will appear as Loki. Number 4. Thor: Love and Thunder. This is another MCU sequel that stands out from the crowd. Whereas Tony Stark and Steve Rogers received trilogies, Thor is the first Avenger to receive a 4th solo film. Because Ragnarok was so much better than The Dark World, Marvel probably thought Taika Waititi deserves another chance. Solo may not be the best word to describe the film, as Natalie Portman reprises her role as Jane Foster and makes her debut as Mighty Thor. Number 3. The Batman. There have been several live-action Batman incarnations, some good, some bad, and some Snyder. But for whatever reason, few have delved deeply into the detective angle that defined Batman in the comics. Director Matt Reeves has described his version as almost noir-driven, drawing inspiration from The Long Halloween and the best Batman mysteries ever written. Number 2. John Wick Chapter 4. In many ways, the original John Wick is similar to this generation's Die Hard, right down to the fact that neither film ever topped the box office. However, it wouldn't be long before both were established as action classics. Whereas the Die Hard sequels have been inconsistent, John Wick has remained one of the most consistently energizing franchises. Part of this is due to the fact that the series hasn't gone through many hands, with Keanu Reeves and director Chad Stahelski serving as driving forces throughout. Number 1. Avatar 2. We know that many of you believe that the time for an Avatar sequel was 10 years ago. And you are correct. Every time we underestimate a long-delayed multi-million-dollar James Cameron film, it ends up shattering box office. While only time will tell if Avatar 2 achieves such heights, we have high hopes. Although the original blockbuster loses some of its luster on a smaller screen, no one can deny that Avatar was a phenomenon. Given the current state of theaters, the industry could benefit from a cinematic experience that demands to be seen on the largest screen possible, particularly if it introduces some game-changing special effects. Avatar 2 has the potential to be a landmark film in this regard. So guys, that's it for this video. What's your favorite film coming soon in 2022? Comment down below. For more brutally creative top 10 videos, be sure to subscribe, like, and follow. Thanks for watching!